we're going to explain how to rename files directly within Excel. Unfortunately, Excel itself doesn't have a built-in function to directly rename files in a folder. It primarily works with data inside the workbook. To rename files, you'll need to use a combination of Excel's capabilities and the features of your operating system, Windows or Mac OS. Here's how. 1. Identifying the files. First, you need to know the location of the files you want to rename. These files are likely linked to your Excel spreadsheet, perhaps through formulas or data imports. You can often find clues in the formulas themselves, or by checking the data source properties if you've imported data from external files. 2. Using the File Explorer, Windows, or Finder, Mac OS. Once you've identified the file locations, open your computer's File Explorer, Windows, or Finder, Mac OS. Navigate to the folder where the files reside. This is the most straightforward method. 3. Renaming the files. To rename a file, simply select the file by clicking on it. Then, right-click and select Rename, Windows, or press the Return key, Mac OS. Type the new name you want and press Enter, Windows, or Return, Mac OS. Remember to keep the correct file extension, like .xlsx, .csv, .txt, etc., if you're changing the name and not the file type. 4. Batch renaming, for many files. If you need to rename many files at once, manually renaming each one would be incredibly tedious. Instead, consider using a third-party tool designed for batch renaming. Many free and paid options are available online. These tools typically allow you to specify patterns and replace text within file names, making large-scale renaming much simpler. Search for Batch File Renamer plus your operating system, e.g., Batch File Renamer Windows, to find suitable software. 5. Updating Excel, if necessary. If your Excel spreadsheet uses formulas or links that refer to the old file names, you'll need to manually update these formulas or links in your spreadsheet after renaming the files. Excel won't automatically adjust these references when you change a file name outside of Excel. The simplest way is to break and re-establish the link. You can do this by selecting the cell with the formula, delete the formula, but keep the result, and recreate it. Or if the external files are in a formula, you can type the new file name directly into the existing formula. 6. Automation, Advanced. For extremely repetitive renaming tasks, you could even explore scripting languages like VBA, Visual Basic for applications, within Excel to automate the renaming process, but this requires programming knowledge. This would generally be for very specialized and recurring needs. Remember to always back up your files before performing any bulk renaming operations to avoid data loss. This is crucial, especially when using batch renaming tools. By following these steps, you can effectively rename your files and keep your Excel spreadsheets working correctly.